All right, what's up, peoples? What's going on? We're back. Buddha Namaste. What's up, my brother? How we doing? Uh, Topics today are a few topics, and we're also Primo One. What's up? Topics today are in the title, but we're also gonna do if he shows up to defend his MB trivia championship. Boxing trivia champion. We're going to see if he shows up to defend it. If not, we'll set a new champion. What's up, L. Harvey? What is poppin'? Tank over Frank. Of course, Tank over Frank. Tank over Frank in dare I say, uneventful fashion. Absolutely. And Benvidez versus Canelo. Well, why I have that in the title is because it's not happening. And I would love to see a real title that says Benvidez versus Canelo. That would be dope. But we're not getting that, are we? No. Tank versus Frank and Benvidez versus Gushklavovich, whatever his name is not announced yet, right? What up, Smoke? It's not officially announced yet. So we don't know if we're having Tank versus Frank. We don't know if we're having Benvidez versus Gasha Goko Blubich. We don't know any of it. Somebody could spell Gaba Blubich, Gafa Juju Blubich's name for me. That'd be nice. Hit the likes. Absolutely. As soon as you come in, instead of wiping your feet at the door, just press the like button. Please. TikTok is bad. I don't know what that means. I mean, and what's up, Seth? But I don't know what that means by TikTok is bad. I know what it means as a general statement, but why are you saying it now? So yeah, that's what I mean. We're gonna have our second boxing trivia championship. I got some good questions lined up. See if people can get down. They taking TikTok. They're saying TikTok is done. Oh, yeah, something about that. It's Chinese government and the U.S. is banning it because something. I don't know. Yeah, if they do, they do. I make almost no money on TikTok anyway, so I don't give a crap. Literally, I made like almost nothing. My videos don't, and you know what's be messed up? I had a couple videos on TikTok that went, 20, 50,000 views, and I don't think they qualify under the beta program that I'm in. But the ones with like 5,000 views, those qualify. They pay me like a quarter. But the ones with like 20 to 50,000 views don't qualify. Kind of ish is that? Come on, not good. But I digress. Any of you guys catch? I was on the Boxing Voice this morning. Tim Bradley came on. That was kind of cool. Got to ask him some questions. Although Ness did most of the talking, obviously, because it's his show. Yeah, that was cool. But talk to me, guys. What do we have on our minds today? And what do we think about Benavidez, about Canelo not fighting David El Bandera Roja or El Bandero Rojo? But what do we think? Stop motion. What's popping? You ready for the trivia championship later? You ready? I got some good ones. Got some good questions. I actually stopped and pre-thank us some. I have a whole bunch now. I'm pretty good at the trivia, so like they've just flown out of my brain. But so we'll see. We'll see if Gas comes back to defend his title. If not, we'll be a new champion tonight. The Mexican G, my man. What's up? 75% Mexican, 25% cracker like me. Good shit. Good to see you. Blair Cobbs just signed with Don King. I'm cool with Blair Cobbs. I've interviewed him. I should hit him up. He signed with Don King, so it's Cobbs and Broner. He might have signed just so he could fight Broner. Joe, what up? Pro Box is on right now? Nah. Tim Bradley interview was dope. Canelo ducking. So you were on there? Yeah, I didn't talk much during that one, but it was fun. Hadriel Heredia. What's up? Marco, you really think they're not fighting in the future? Who? Do I really think who's not fighting? Benavidez and Canelo? Well, why would they? What would stop that from happening for the past 4 years while Benavidez was his mandatory? Benavidez just looked better, true, but there's no rationalizing why Canelo would choose the fighters he's chosen the past 3 fights over Benavidez. No rationale for it. So why would it make a difference now? It's possible, but unlikely. Hopefully they will fight in the year. What's up, Mr. Big Play Bray? True. Blair Cobbs was Rolly. Yeah, Blair Cobbs is interesting. Interesting fighter, an exciting fighter. Cool dude, too. Maybe I'll have him on. Blair versus Broner, hell of a press conference. Yeah. Yeah, Blair has the flair for the dramatic. Let me see if I could get King to come on here. Let me hit him up, see if he's around. You around now? Yeah, that would be a hell of a press conference. That's true. That is true. But we'll see. I don't know if they're going to fight each other. But maybe that's why he signed to Don King. Cobbs has been pretty inactive since it was kind of I wouldn't say an upset, but the way he knocked out, who was the dude he knocked out? Tall, skinny dude, older fighter. What the hell's his name? I forget his name. What's the name of the last guy that Cobbs knocked out? Stopped him? Or did he drop him and then decision him, or did he stop him? I don't remember. I know the guy went down. Oh, my bad. I missed you, Michael DH. Good to see you, Marco. Watched you all morning on the Boxing Voice. You've been killing it. Keep up the great content. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Please hit the like. That would be nice. Maurice Blocker. Yep, Maurice Blocker. Absolutely. No, it was Maurice Blocker. Michael DH. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, man, right? I had a good little different pinch of spice and flavor to the ingredients on the Boxing Voice. We know how Mauricio is. Do you think he will enforce the Canelo Benavidez fight? No, because this is obvious. You guys seem like you're all hardcore boxing fans. My subscribers know boxing, but the sanctioning bodies make the majority of their money from sanctioning fees. Those of you who don't know, sanctioning fees vary, but they're usually along the lines of 3% of a total fight purse. Not of what the fighter makes, but 3% of the purse. Not what they get after taxes, but what they. So that adds up when Canelo's making. So, okay. So are they going to strip Canelo and give the belt to Benvidez? Canelo makes $50 million. Their 3% of $50 million would be, I don't know, millions. Or do they do the right thing and strip the belt because Canelo's not defending it, give it to Benvidez, and then take 3% of his purse, which will be in the hundreds of thousands tops? It's just simple spreadsheet Excel mathematics. You feel what I'm saying? Again, subscribe, share. Yeah, what's up, Jeff? What's poppins? Maurice Hooker. Blocker, Hooker? Hooker. It is Hooker, not Blocker. Blocker. Maurice Blocker was a 90s fighter. Tall dude, balding, kind of like me, but let his hair grow. Back in the 90s when it wasn't fashionable to buzz it. Although Jordan did it, but that was about it. Benvidez, who's next? He's fighting some guy named Jujukava Jabalamanaba Baba Anamana Pitavich. Some Russian name. I got Russian blood, so I can make fun of him. Hit me. I don't think Canelo's afraid of Benvidez. I think he's afraid of possibly losing. Well, what's the difference? What's the difference? Right? You're right. I think you're right. But what's the difference? That's still afraid. Not afraid like, oh my God, I'm not a man. Like, no fighter's scared of getting beat up. They're scared of losing or concerned. 1.6 mil of what? Say less. Everyone hit that like button. Yes. Listen to these dudes. Trash game Dev. What up? That means you don't like Dev? Is that you calling Dev trash? I think that's what that means. No judgment. Just asking. Before better be a better Viev trash. Better Viev by stoppage. And why? Because 100% of the time he has done exactly that. Stopped mother lovers. Where does that sanctioning body's money go? You know, Errol Spence asked that. Now, I didn't think that was. I know he was trying to be all like for the people, you know, for the boxers. I'm for the boxing people, but that was kind of not a dumb question, but like, where do you think it goes? The WBC is still an organization. It's not just Suleiman sitting on his couch. They have web designers. They have district managers. They have people who make belts. They have people who go and sanction fights. They have officials. They have all kinds. It's a business, so it goes to paying the operations of the business. Now, obviously, they don't need that much money to pay the business, but they want to profit. They want it to be a profitable business. So you do need to make money as no sanctioning body. It's just they take a little too much and they don't give back. You don't see any pensions to champions. You don't see any 401ks. You don't see anything uh, for champions. Insurance, nothing. So that's what the problem is. They don't give back. They don't use the money in the right way, but they do need to make money. If you were in your prime right now, who would you fight today in what weight class? I'd be at super middle. No, you know what? I wouldn't be. I'd make middle. I fought a super middle, but I could have gone down because I was fighting people that probably the night of the fight were 75, and I'm a legit 65, 68. So I'd fight at middle right now. So I would be taking out Charlo. I'd be trying to go for Charlo's for his neck. Texas, you can't mess with me. 3% of 50 mil. 1.6 mil? That's it? Yeah? That's it? No, is it? That's crazy. Let's see. I think you're right. Yeah, 1.5. That's not even that much. So that's the point. It's not even that much. So they're making 1.5 million off Canelo, who's probably the biggest paid fighter. So now what's 3% of 500,000, which is probably what Benvidez makes? That's why they don't strip Canelo right there. The reason why they don't strip Canelo is, matter of fact, I'm going to do the math right now. So we got 1.5 mil as opposed to 3%, as opposed to 15 grand. So 1.5 million, or do you want to make 15 grand? How about we just don't strip Canelo and make 1.5 million? What up, Jonathan? Two fighters I never bet against. Better be of an anyway. Yep. Smart choice. Trash game. I think Bivol will keep Beterbiev at range. Bivol will also have power when he sits down on shots. Beterbiev will have a hard time closing the distance. I disagree. Well, no, I don't disagree. I disagree that I agree that he'll have a hard time closing the distance, but he's going to get to him and chop him down. Let's not let recency bias just because he did what he did to Canelo, which is why don't front. That's why people think Bivol is who Bivol is. Because besides Canelo, he never beat a big name. Just because he did that to Canelo doesn't mean he's going to do it to a natural 175-pounder who is 6 feet tall and knocked everybody out and had some of the craziest physical strength we've ever seen. It won't be that easy, I'm telling you. What was your walk around? I walked. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Play. I walked around at 165 and I fought at 165. I'm a thin guy to begin with. You know what I mean? I'm a thin guy to begin with. So if I walk around at 165, if I drop 15 pounds, I'm like a crackhead. I tried to do it and I felt weak. What up, Joe? Joe 704. You know what? I'm gonna wrench you up, Joe. Just give me a second here. I gotta open up YouTube now. I'm still in the process of wrenching mother lovers. All right, there we go. Joe. Let me find you. Where you at? Where you at? Why don't I see you? It's weird. There it is. All right. That is moderator. Boom. All right. Who did I miss? Trash game. Say less. 3 million a year off one man ain't bad. Exactly. Marco. Oh, what's up, Hadriel? Marco, Andre Ward versus Canelo in their prime. I think Ward. I think because he's bigger naturally and he's smarter. And I don't know if Canelo's punches could hurt him because Canelo, don't forget, I think Canelo's naturally a 154, 160 pounder tops. So 68 and 75 is out of his wheelhouse. So I think Andre would have the edge in size. And because Andre was so good at using all of his skills. I love boxing, but UFC get it right. A little tight with the money, but they get it right. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know what this is, but so Marco, you still live in Midtown? Nah, man. Do we know each other, Lo? Personally? Nah, I grew up in Midtown, but I don't live in Midtown. I live in Brooklyn now. Tell me how we know each other if we do. Well, that's good. You could walk around and fight the same weight. Yeah, but I didn't fight that many pro fights. I only had 2 or 3. So it didn't matter as a pro, but pros is where the walk around weight thing really matters. That's where you got guys who are fighting, who are dropping 10 to 15 pounds on the reg. But as an amateur, which is where I had way more fights as an amateur, that's when I was fighting in my walk around, and that's a lot more common as an amateur. So if I would have been at the high level as a pro, then it would have mattered, probably. You know what I mean? I heard you and Troy King debating on who's the best southpaw ever, and I agree it's Purnell, and Camacho was special. Yeah, there was a couple possible southpaws, like this guy named Edwin Valero. You guys ever hear of him? He could have been one of the best. He died early. What up, Seth? Benvidez could be knocked out, but can Canelo IHOP on the could Benavidez could David Benavidez could be knocked out and Canelo IHOP in the figure. I don't know what I think you typoed that. I didn't get that one. Who would you say is the most underrated boxer of all time? I'd probably go with Loche. Underrated. Aaron Pryor. I just put a video out of him too. You guys catch my video? I put a short out of Aaron Pryor. Put one in the chat if you saw my short today. If you didn't, peep it now. Aaron Pryor is the most underrated because people don't. Aaron Pryor only had lost one fight, and that was literally when he was heavily addicted to drugs, and he was already 32, which back in the 70s and 80s was old. Aaron Pryor, I would say, he just never got the adulation that he deserved. Marco's 3-0 as a professional. I was 2-1. I lost one fight. I took it by a 2-week notice, and I lost the decision. But I dropped the guy. Dropped him, but I got gassed, and I lost the decision. So 2-1. And actually 1-1 because one of them was a smoker. If you guys know what smokers are, they're pro fights. They're all set up the same way, but they're not. They don't officially go on your record. That's the only difference. And that happened a lot back in the 80s, 90s, and 90s. Camacho and as an amateur, I was 12-3. And one of those I really lost. The other 2 could have totally been going the other way, and I thought I won. I didn't win clearly, so I blame myself. But when I won, and I have one of them on tape, I won. But they just, that's amateur. Camacho at 130 was special. The only guy I picked to beat 130 Macho would be Pretty Boy Floyd. Yeah? Yeah? It's hard to, well, no. No, Sugar Ray Leonard and Sugar Robinson never fought at 130, did they? So, yeah. Edwin Valero at all KOs. Yep. All knockouts. 27-0, 27 knockouts. Yep. Absolutely. Saw it. Saw what? Sorry, I forget. I'm talking about a lot of things. Tiafimo, Smoke, Super Matias, I promise. Styles make fights. Maybe. I tell you guys this all the time. Tiafimo, sharp, focused Tiafimo could beat anybody. But as we've seen, he doesn't always come in sharp and focused. So that's the problem. Alexis Arguello was underrated. Not really. I wouldn't say he's underrated. He's pretty highly ranked. Just Pryor waxed him. David Benavidez can what? Oh, Benavidez can be knocked out. Canelo, I can help. So you're saying you think Benavidez gets knocked out by Canelo? Is that what you're saying, Seth? Pretty Boy Floyd versus Money Mayweather. I did a video. Did you guys see my video of that? I did a Pretty Boy versus Money video. Got a lot of views. I don't know who's better. I don't know who's better. I know who's more exciting. Pretty Boy was far more exciting. But who would win? Like if you somehow got a magic time machine and made them fight each other? I don't know. Tiafimo was sharp against Jermaine. Tio's defense was on point, and he had nice counters. However, he needed to learn how to cut off the ring. I don't think he looked sharp against Jermaine. I think he didn't look good against Jermaine. I think Jermaine actually won. I think. But it was really close. I forget. Floyd is the best of all time. Roy Jones is the best of all time. Trash. In his prime. Roy Jones. Nobody. Floyd didn't do what Roy Jones did. Nobody did what Roy Jones did. And nobody looked as amazing and good as Roy while they did it. And that's just a fact. It is. Closest, Sugar Ray Leonard, maybe. Sugar Ray Robinson, maybe. That's like the closest. My bad, I was muted. I saw a video on Jack Johnson, never heard him speak before. And I was like, yeah, right? He sounded like a college professor, Jack Johnson. That dude sounded so, and he's, why that's was oppressive to me because one, he's from Texas, and two, he had no education. So you would think he'd have a, I thought he'd have a Texas accent, didn't have it. I thought, he wouldn't use big words, I guess, because he didn't have an education. But I mean, that dude, and that makes sense because he was such a smart fighter. So just show he just had a natural smarts to him. I mean, he might. I mean, look. I think he taught himself to read. He read on. He did all himself. So need to work on my abs. What's good for crunches? Do not shit my pants. Sit-ups don't make you build up tolerance to body shots. Only taking body shots does that. Just do crunches. I would do 200 every day. That's what I used to do when I was fighting. David Benavidez can be knocked. Can he? You're trying to say be knocked out at Canelo? Can I have it in a fight? I don't know. I still don't get what you mean. Floyd would pick Jones apart. Jones would. Are you kidding? Trash. Please tell me you're kidding. Floyd would pick Roy Jones apart. Roy Jones is way too big. Roy Jones is way too big. He would destroy Floyd. Way too big. And too powerful. Roy Jones broke Virgil Hill's rib with one punch. And Virgil Hill's a natural 175 pounder. What do you think he's going to do to Floyd, who's a natural 140 pounder? Come on. Yo, daddy. Absolutely nobody touches Prime Roy Jones. Booyaka. Boop, 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 boop. I wish we had that siren sound that these dudes use with their sound machines on these lives, because I would do that right now. Pretty Boy took more chances. Yes, way more chances, and left himself more vulnerable. But absolutely. Texas, from Texas, Joe. 200 crunches. It is then. I don't know about every day. Nah, you get used to it. Once you do it, you build a tolerance to it. No problem. Philly boxing. You're not right, dude. I don't know who you're talking to. If you're talking to me, and I don't know what you mean and why you're saying it. Who are the biggest guys Floyd fought? Canelo. You mean tall or like stocky? You all must have forgot. No one can mess with Floyd. Nah, Roy was faster than Floyd, and he was heavier. So that just says it's size. Size means something. If Roy was the same size as Floyd, I still think Floyd's too fast. He had unreal speed where nobody could be able to get out of the way of it. At least a few times people could duck here or there, but nobody could get out of the way as a whole. Nah. Floyd couldn't do it, even though he's lighter. I'm telling you. Go watch a Roy Jones fight. See how fast this man was. David Benavidez can you knock out Canelo in a fight if the fight happens? Oh, yes. David Benavidez will stop Canelo if they fight. I don't know about knockout. Like, I don't think he'll knock him out cold, but he might just make his face hamburger meat and they'll just stop it. Or Canelo will stop it, or the corner will stop it, or the ref will stop it. Yes. It might be a great fight. Yep. If he fought Logan Paul? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean. Jason, what up? Nobody beating Tank 35-40. You might very well have a point, my man. I don't argue that. Haney has a shot. Tio has a shot. Shakur have a shot, but I don't know for sure that they'll do it. I'd have to lean towards Tank for now. But a very nominal margin. 60-40 maybe. 55-45 Tank. Roy would make Floyd fight and shoulder roll wouldn't work. Yep. Roy would hit him before he could shoulder roll. He's that fast. I seen Roy in person. Yeah, man, I met Roy. You guys did a video of him, me and him. I mean, I met him a few times, but was Roy faster than Mike Tyson? Yes, because he was lighter. But pound for pound, Mike might have been as fast. Mike was silly with it, that speed. But yeah, Roy was faster, for sure. What makes you say Benavidez will beat Canelo so bad? Style and size. Benavidez is 6'3", naturally heavier. unbelievable work rate, unbelievable power, unbelievable tenacity, unbelievable mental fortitude. Slick boxer. People don't give him credit for. You're going to see it. He can box. He has good defensive movement when he chooses to. Um, that's why. Okay, let me take that last one back. What was the last one you said? I'm getting so many comments here. I forget who said what. Mungia will be Canelo? Nah, no, he won't. That's what you said, right? He's trolling. Yeah, he's definitely trolling. He won't be Canelo. You talkie think Roy could Marco? What? You talkie think Roy could Marco? I don't know what you're trying to say. Hit it again, please. Uh, and I never really thought about that. Oh, yeah. Well, it's true. It matters. Can Jake Paul any outbacks Mike Tyson in a fight or not? Seth, spell check, please. Or turn off autocorrect because you're throwing at me a bowl of what are those? What's that old spaghettios with the letters in it? Throwing me a bowl of that. Just mixed up words. Benvidez style won't be successful at higher weights when dudes hit harder. At 175, it will be. If he goes higher than that, you might be right, but not 175. I think he'll be good. You think Devin could beat Tank? Yes, I think he could. Don't think he will, but I think he has a good chance. Yes, David does have very underrated defense. Booyaka, booyaka. He catches a lot of punches in his gloves. Yeah, and he also has good waist and head movement. Watch his sparring. I don't. Bivol or better BF. Jason, I went over this, but I'll say it again for show. Better BF because he's done it. He's knocked out everybody. He's beaten and knocked out everybody he's fought. So better BF. Jermaine Taylor, where would he fit in today's boxers? Yeah, he's kind of like a Charlo. Charlo's a little more technically sound, but similar. Same weight too. Alphabet soup. Thank you. That's what I meant to say. Thank you, Lawrence. I think Canelo would stop Benvidez, but I still want to see the fight. I disagree. Disagree. How do you think Tyson would have panned out if you say with Rooney? Probably wouldn't have lost to a lot of the people he lost to. Probably would have gone down as a more successful heavyweight in the ring. He's the most successful heavyweight, or one of them financially in popularity, but not in his. He lost all of his big fights, all of his mega fights after Buster Douglas. Tyson lost. Closest, the only wins he had were Razor Ruddock and Andrew Galata that were considered even like mentionable. Yes, I think Benavidez beats Yard. You think Ryan's showing signs of CT? No. Drug addiction, maybe. I think he's having a mental. And by the way, we're gonna do the hit the like button, everybody, please. But we're gonna do at the end of the show the trivia to crown the new trivia champion because the old trivia champion is not here. So if you don't show up, you automatically forfeit your belt, and we go through. I do 3 trivia questions. Whoever answers it first in the chat wins. Whoever answers all 3 first wins, and they're crowned the Marco Boxing Trivia Champion. Daily title defenses. His defense was on point against Andrade. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can Jake Paul outbox Mike Tyson in the fight? It could. I don't think it's. I don't know what's going to happen. You can't really predict somebody's who's aged. You know what I mean? And somebody like Jake Paul, who we haven't seen enough of him as a boxer. You can't predict those things. Why does everyone always talk about how big Canelo is? He's 5'7" with T-Rex arms. Because he's heavy. He's stocky. You know, that's why. How many years did I fight? 30, from 13 to like 36. 33 years? No, is that 20? 23 years. No. What's 13 to 36? It's 20 plus years, right? That's how long I competed. Then I stopped, and I still box. So, Jermail or Plant? I don't know. David Benavidez will put Yard in a. Okay. Damn. Probably. Mike Tyson's best win was against washed Larry Holmes. No, I said after. Oh, you're saying in general. No, Spinks was a better win. Spinks was definitely a better win. Spinks was big because Spinks was undefeated, and a lot of people predicted he would give Tyson a problem. Benavidez beat Andretti, so bad I cried. I doubt you actually cried. I got Google ready, aka my loaded gloves. Yeah, you can't be Googling stuff, man. That's why if it takes too long, whoever answers it first gets it. You don't think Devin could keep Tank honest with a jab? Yeah, I do. I think it's very possible. I still have to lean towards Tank, but I think it's very possible. Devin is very gifted, great fighter. Just, his power is the only problem, but that seemed like it went up against Haney. When he put on some weight, seems like it maybe made him stronger. Nice, that boxing Philly for 17 years. Pro, amateur, both? What? What weight? Talk to me. What's up, D White? I had tears in my eyes. For real? Are you related to him? That shouldn't be happening unless you're related to him or you're 12. Just saying. I had tears in my eyes when Tyson lost, but I was literally 12. So, can Tank Davis, can you break Devin? Seth, honestly, autocorrect. Can you break Devin Haney down in a fight? Yes, he can, but I don't know if he will. When is the trivia going at the end of the stream, which will be in about half an hour or so? Haney has questionable chin. Tank would just have to land once. I don't think his chin's questionable. Just because he got hurt once doesn't mean it's questionable. Guys, won't you guys understand? Like in boxing, it is completely normal to go down or to be wobbled every now and then. Completely, every fighter's gone through it, either in sparring or in the ring. It's only questionable when it happens repeatedly. Should be Boots' next fight. No one wants to fight him. Yep. Amateur featherweight. Okay. Dope. How many fights? Or what's up, Hall of Fame? Or bet a lot of money on him. On who? Front Street Gym. Yeah, I don't know Philly gyms. Bro, I wanted him to fight Canelo. Yeah, me too. What is Devin's weakness? Lack of power and the fact that he sometimes exchanges when he shouldn't. He moves. He's very uncomfortable when he exchanges, but he goes in there and exchanges sometimes. That's his weakness, and that he's not as aggressive because it powers people up who especially if they hit hard, they can keep following him, and that could wear him down. But yeah, the fact that he exchanges sometimes and he doesn't have that much power. So whenever there's an exchange and if he's against a power puncher, it's an X mark against him. Like he's the one in danger. I don't know about the Golden Gloves, man. I haven't fought in the Golden Gloves since 1993. Oh no, not 93. 98. This is 98. I always see Boots. Word. Get his info, man. Tell him I want to interview him. You hook that up, I will shout you out. I tried to get a hold of him, but apparently, like I know a couple people he knows, but he doesn't like doing interviews. But if you go hook that up, I will shout you out, Philly boxing. Like Greg Hackett's my man, and Greg still's like I'll ask him, but he hates interviews. I know even Ivan Robinson's my man. Marco, what I miss? What's up, Mr. Glue? Nothing, just talking boxing. Nothing crazy. Would you spar Shakur? Sure. I don't spar anymore. I stopped, but I'll spar. I would get in there with any current champions just for fun. And now that I do content, be great content. And I would do well too. He's a little guy. Story true about Tyson punching a hole in the wall before Spinks. Yep, it is. Haney has been, I didn't see it personally, but I heard from people who've been there. Haney has been getting better every fight. I think he will get all the belts at 140. Possible. Different weight class. Philly, get him on here. Word up. Get him on, Philly. Please. That would be dope. Sean Porter interviewed Ward, called him and Floyd a phenom. Do you consider Ward a phenom? No. But they're cool with each other. So I interviewed Sean Porter too. No, I don't think Ward's a phenom. I think he's an excellent fighter. I think Ward is admirable and amazing because he achieved so much not without having unbelievable skill. So he's very skilled, but he didn't have uh excellent 1 in a million skill in any category. His speed, his power, we're all super good, but not we're all great, but not amazing. His defense was great, but not amazing. His boxing IQ was great, not but he took everything and he combined it all and never made mistakes, and you know, so that's what's good with Ward. You very rarely see fighters be that successful who don't excel, who don't stand out with one specific category. I guess you could say his IQ stands out, maybe, but that's an intangible. That's something that you know if you're a fight fan. You don't just see it. It's not like blazing power knockouts or blazing speed knockout power. Mark, what you think about Andy Ruiz versus Richard Torres in the future? Richard Torres, I like him. I've interviewed him. He's cool. I think he might be a little too small for heavyweight. I think if he could make cruiser, that'd be better. But I think he's like 225, so maybe that's impossible. He just looks a little small for me. I think he'll be tough. Andy Cruz is a big dude. Is Jermell coming back? I don't know. What's up, Bruce? You're back. You get to defend your world championship. We got a bunch of people here itching to take that trivia belt from you. Itching. You're about to be stripped. That's the rule, Bruce. Everybody, if you're not here the next day to defend your title, it's all you get automatically stripped, and it's vacated, and it goes up for grabs. I'm not sure he did any interviews except for the gym dude. You ever see him doing interviews? Yeah, I see it every now and then. Who were the Ward's best wins? Those Super Six dudes. Kovalev was his best win by far. What up, Vaughn? What's crack-a-lackin'? Richard fights 225. Yeah. I don't know. He seems too small for a heavyweight. I don't know why. Maybe that's just, I like him. I hope I'm wrong. And the new. You see that? Gas? We got somebody trying to take it. What are your odds Canelo Benvidez happening? 70-30? Not good. Not good. Not good at all. Strip him now. He's ducking boots too. Yeah, right. Yep. Yep. Yeah, man, it's I don't think those guys are gonna fight. I don't think they're gonna fight. Oh, my man Drew. My man Drew. Big shout to my man Drew. My man. Follow Drew Titan, everybody. Good dude. Good dude. New York dude like me. Passionate about his beliefs. Knows boxing like anybody. Anybody else knows boxing up there with anybody else I've ever talked to. Good dude. Good dude. You don't want to cross him, though. I'll tell you that. Him and BFTB are the two dudes that, like, they're mad cool with you, but if you say something or do something, they're vicious. And see, the difference, though, Drew will throw in some some humor. BF is just brutal. He'll say, talk about fucking your mama. He'll whatever. He doesn't give a shit. Appreciate you, Drew. How far up in weight you think Inoue can go and still be successful? Probably not past feather. Probably not past feather. That's my guess. Past feather, be tough. Be tough. Druth. That's right. Do you see them doing another Super Six? I don't know. That bored me back then because all those super middleweights, to be quite honest, were boring to me. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why they did it, because they knew the division was like snooze fest. Have you ever knocked someone out or got knocked out? I've never been knocked out ever. I've only been down once when I was an amateur, sparring, and I didn't even realize I got knocked down. I thought I just got hit with a good shot, but I took a knee for a second apparently. And I've knocked out people. Yes, I've knocked out plenty of people and wobbled plenty of people. No smoke, fam. And you always said 126. That's what I just said. It makes him. Didn't he start at like 110 or something wild? He started light. How you been, bro? You talking to who, Seth? Don't know who you're talking to. Don't know who you're talking to. But we've all been good. All been good. What up, Bernard? What years was you active? I was active as an amateur. I mean, I've been fighting since I was 13. 13 straight to 2007. Something like that. Just tapping in. What we talking about? What's up, Trill? Talking about all kinds of stuff, man. Everything. We're freestyling it. And we're going to do the trivia championship at the end. Trivia championship at the end. We were talking a lot about Canelo and the lightweights, the plethora of amazing competitive mega fight matchups that are just not happening within the lightweight slash junior welter division. Angel Rivera, ¿qué pasó? What up? You're new. All right, well, welcome. Please hit the like button. Everybody up in this piece, please hit the like button. Again, it's been brought to my attention that the likes make the video more visible and get it out there and help with the show. So please hit it. If you ever, oh, you already asked me that. Okay. What made you want to box? I grew up in Hell's Kitchen, NYC, in the 80s and 90s, and I grew up in all black and Puerto Rican neighborhood. I was the only white boy, so I was tested at a young age. And anybody who grew up in the hood knows there's a couple things to give you respect: money and power. And power also meaning physical power. So basically, like when you could fight, when when dudes don't know how to mess with you, you get respect. And I got tested a lot at first because I was a white boy. So those two things made me want to start fighting. And my pops was a boxing fan. He wasn't around much, my pops, when I was younger, but when he was a boxing fan. So those, and when I did it right off the jump, I just felt like a natural knack. Like I love playing basketball and I'm decent at it, but I had to learn. Boxing just came so natural to me. Jamel or Tim Zoo? I don't know yet. We gotta see how Tim Zoo does against what's his face? Thurman. Claymore, what's crack-a-lackin'? Javante may never fight Haney unless Haney accepts one with all the 140 clauses. Yeah, you're right. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what the problem is. Unless he needs retirement money. Maybe. Claymore. Marco, what is the basic thing to know when you start to box? You have to be mentally all in mentally. And you have to have a fire in you that comes from a fire, and it has to be there. And usually that fire comes from anger, frustration, traumas, whatever. Fighters very rarely have happy lives with no frustration, no anger. So you have to be mentally tough, mentally ready to work, know that it takes time, and have a fire and an anger in you. And you have to be emotionally intelligent. You know what I'm saying? Read body language in the ring and all these things, which come over time. Everyone tell a friend to subscribe. Yeah, please, man. I need more likes. I need more likes. 4 schnibbles. I don't know how many we got, but I want to get at least 50. We're yet to get 50 as of recent. I want to get 50 in one of these mother lovers. If possible. Trill Savage. That's a kind of a dope name. If Devin beat Tank, you think he becomes the next face? No, because Devin doesn't have the knockouts and the excitement that the knockouts bring. And that's a big part of becoming the face. And by the way, I hate the term face. No disrespect to you. I know you make it up. I hate it. And the face is so subjective. We all have different criterias. Is your criteria the one who makes the most money? Is your criteria the best fighter? Is your criteria the most popular? All those things are different. Jake Paul might be the most popular. Tank might be, the most exciting. Devin might be the most overall skilled. Like, it's all different. Who makes the most money? Canelo. That's all different fighters right there. So you have to outline the criteria. Killer Instinct 2. Yeah. Yep. Agreed. I didn't say that. Is Devin and Ryan Garcia when the next fight is in Vegas? Spell check Seth. Is Devin and Garcia when is the next fight? Is it in Vegas? Oh, no, it's at the Barclays Center, my man. April 20th, right here. Power and speed, which is better? That's a tough one. Depends how you use it. Power is probably better because speed is power, but power, like if you take a Paulie Malignaggi and a Tank, where Power. You have to say power, and power doesn't go. It always stays. Speed will diminish over time. And in fatigue, speed will diminish with fatigue. Power, I mean, everything diminishes with fatigue, but power less. Marco, but what is the most important thing to exercise the most? For example, footwork, eye coordination, um, punch combinations, sparring, really. And you don't have to go hard because that's bad for, we're learning now in time that neurological damage is real. But sparring, even light, that's the best thing because that's really what it's about. And the second best thing is hitting the bags. Hitting the bags because everything you took footwork is a part of hitting the bag. You hit the bag, you make sure you're stepping the right way. Hitting the bag and sparring. And here's another thing. Always punt. Kevin Rooney taught me this. Always hit the bag as hard or as fast or both as you can. This shit that Floyd made popular, this like tap, 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 la, la, tap, 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 la, la. No. Floyd's an exception. Floyd's also an exception with the flashy bullshit pad work because he's Floyd and that was a gimmick and people loved it. But it doesn't help. That is not what got Floyd to the top. Is training that way. Punch. You want to build punch endurance, and unless you're popping off as hard as you can every punch and as fast as you can, you won't be able to do it for a prolonged period of time. This is resting. Feel me? I disagree. I believe Devin would take Tank's fan base. Okay, I don't. And not Tank's fan bases are diehards. They hate Devin. That's not happening. So you live in NYC when rap was becoming popular. Must have been, yeah, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Lisa grew up on my block. Those older heads in here know what I'm talking about. Skills was popping. Power is the very, very, very last to go. That's right, Jay Pitty. And what up, by the way? Guys, please press the like button. Please press the like button. I'm going to wrench you up, Jay Pitty. Matter of fact, is Drew still in here? If he's not, I don't know if he is, but I'm going to wrench him up too. I'm wrenching everybody for the first time. If and when Devin beats Ryan's name still hold weight yes, because he'll still sell. If he gets destroyed, it'll drop a little, and if he gets destroyed again, then he won't sell as much. I think he can be the next guy. Floyd did it without KOs. Floyd, half of his career was KOs and blazing hand speed. And Floyd employed a lot of out the ring antics and tactics and marketing, and Devin's dad's doing that now. Actually, Devin's dad is smart. Ma Egypt was cracking. Good to see you. Please hit the like button. Everybody, Cool Breeze. That's a dope name. You think Haney, Tio Shakur most likely to fight at 47? Haney, because he's like 7'2". With a casual fan base? What you mean? Who was Floyd Mayweather's toughest fight? The only fight that I thought he lost, which was the first fight to Castillo. Might have had a head injury, but I thought he lost that fight. Then second is Zab, Cotto, and Mosley, and Maidana. Those are all his tough fights. And Floyd and Oscar, actually. He barely beat Oscar. Barely. By like one round. Tank fans will be wilding on Blues Lives. Tank fans be wilding. Oh, yeah, because he's a Haney supporter. Yeah, they do. I haven't done Blues Lives in a while. I should jump on those. Bud does the tap hard punch thing too. Right, but I'm talking about people who are learning how to box. That's not how you start. Once you're established, you can do that. And me personally, like my coaches wouldn't let me do that. They're like, no, don't rest, go. But I'm not saying nobody should do it. I'm just saying that when you're learning, they asked me when you start boxing, that was the question. Don't do that. There's a lot of things that you end up doing over time when you're established that you don't do that is a detriment as you're learning and absorbing and soaking in information like a sponge. The sign, Lisa? No, the sign. Lisa did head to toe. The sign is I saw the sign. That's the hell are they called? God, British band. I forgot their name. It's escaping me. Floyd had a mouthpiece. Yeah, talked a lot. Yeah, that's what you mean, right? Jay Pitty, what up? Floyd was so good he made it effortless. Yeah, he did. Floyd said Drunken Master is his toughest. That's what he said, but Castillo beat him, in my opinion. So how could it not be any tougher than that? And when Floyd said, I don't know, whatever. He told me, oh, not me, but he said Manny Pacquiao was his hardest fight recently because of the footwork. He said it was hard to figure him out. Does both versions of Floyd beat Bud? I don't know. I don't like talking about fighters who are active in fantasy matchups because we don't know what's yet to come. Bud could go on to knock out everybody and be like, no question, he's the best, or he can go on to lose now. We don't know. So I don't know. I can't answer that. I have no idea Floyd didn't get KO'd when Mosley caught him. Oh, you don't know how. Yeah, I know. Floyd has amazing recuperative powers. A lot of people don't know about Pretty Boy. Yep, exactly. Because Pretty Boy, there was no social media then. Social media was starting to pop off when money. Again, subscribe. Yep, thank you. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. My man, Jeff. Queens in the hizzle. Can Floyd Mayweather be a legend? Can Floyd Mayweather be a legend in boxing? He is. So I don't get the question. I honestly think Devin is special talent. He will be one of the top guys. You have, you're very possibly correct. I'm not one of those guys. I don't pick fighters and go with them no matter what and think I know. I'm just not going to know until these guys fight each other. I could take an educated guess with probability, but you're never going to hear me say so and so is definitely losing. Most you'll get me to say is so and so is like 90-10 going to win. But when guys are that skilled and that evenly matched and their quality of opposition is so similar, how can you really choose? You can't. You cannot. What's up, SAM? What's poppin'? We got about 10, 15 minutes till the trivia. So we pop off this trivia. See who is the champion. Haney already a top guy. He's only 25. Yeah? You're right? H Money, what's cracking? What's cracking? Everybody check out H Money. He does live boxing chats all day long. He is tireless. Tireless. He knows boxing. Good dude. The Mexican Floyd quickly crowded him to keep Mosley from getting a swing in. Oh, you're talking about to the. I was like, why are you calling Floyd a Mexican? Yep. Haney got Regendow's problem. Haney got Regendow problems. Yep, that's right. What's up, John Mack? Floyd got the rub from Oscar too. The rub? What's that mean? That should be a pause. Rubbing no, ain't rubbing me. Didn't Floyd dislocate his shoulder? I think so. I think he did dislocate his shoulder, and that might be one of the reasons why he didn't do well. But the fact is, I still thought he lost. You know what I'm saying? And it makes sense because he won so easily in the rematch. But can't take away the one fight where he didn't win, in my opinion. We need unification. Yeah, I know. We need one at 135 and 140 they should all fight each other. Do you think Devin will be unappreciated like Holyfield was if he beat Tyson? If he beats Tank, you mean? No. No. Tank isn't Tyson level. Let's not bug out right now. Let's not bug out completely. He is no Tyson. Not yet. I'm not saying he won't get there. He might, but it's definitely not there now. How much easier is it to KO somebody in the street than in the ring? A lot easier for me, only because people I fought in the street didn't know how to box. So, and they, you know what I'm saying? And I was fast. They didn't see the punch coming, so that's why. But in general, um, it's easier in the street because both people don't have boxing backgrounds. So, if I don't know if that's I'm answering the question correctly, but or if that's what you mean by it. Who are your top 5 influential boxers of all time? Mine are Ali, Joe Louis, Tyson, Floyd, Jack Johnson. Influential. Influential. Tyson, Ali, Jack Johnson, Joe Louis. Yeah, Floyd. Did we just say the same thing? We did. You're a smart man. Smart man. Stop. Well, I'm assuming you're a man. Probably are. Duran. What? The band? I don't get that. That's real random. You have Tourette's? He was like, Duran Duran. I don't know what you mean, though. Mayweather vs. De La Hoya is a classic. I don't think it's a classic. It was kind of boring. Floyd was just being really, really conservative with his punches, really, really efficient. And Oscar was just trying his hardest. But it was just chasing around Floyd, was just mad conservative and just pot shotting him here and there. I wouldn't say it's a classic. It was a classic in terms of the stakes and the amount of money it made and the eyeballs it generated, but I wouldn't say it's a classic. Marco, who you got? Usyk or Fury? I got Fury by stoppage, by vicious, relentless body attack, and by also wearing Usyk down with his size and his strength and his crafty slash dirty tactics. I mean, it's easier because of no gloves. Nah, that's actually not true. Think of it this way. I always have this conversation. What hurts? What hurts more? Getting hit with? What's going to do more damage and hurt more? 20 pounds or 50 pounds? Okay. There's no difference with the hands. A hand without a glove is going to be, if you're sparring, 20 ounces lighter without the glove. So what's going to hurt more? Something 20 ounces less, 20 ounces more. There you go. Now, the headgear absorbs it more, but it still lands way harder. Sparring gloves, just from my experience, land like a brick, while as pro gloves or lighter gloves land like a rock. Very different. It'll cut you up more, but it won't be as concussive as a blow and have the ability to knock you out. Who do you think would win between Gene Tunney and Joe Louis? Ooh. SM, you know boxing, my man. That is a dope question. I'm gonna star that motherfucker. I don't know. Tunney never lost. He lost once and it's somebody he beat. Tunney, I don't know. Obviously, Joe Louis would have beat him because the eras were different, and Tunney fought in the 20s. Joe Louis was, well, like 20 years later. Not that, but Joe Louis was already like a bigger man. I don't know. Maybe Tunney was the first modern boxer that didn't hold his hands like, put him on, put on your dukes. He's the first guy who put his hands close and was modern and boxed. I'd probably have to go with Joe Louis, though. Because Joe Louis is the greatest heavyweight of all time, in my opinion. So I go with Joe Louis. That would have been a good one. Liston versus AJ. AJ, way too big. Liston was barely 6 feet. 6'1", maybe. AJ's 6'6" and 250. Liston was literally 212 pounds. AJ got him by almost 50 pounds. You can't compare eras, guys. You cannot compare eras for this reason. Devin going to be the next huge star. We'll see. And what's up, lunatic? You look like one of my boys named Miguel. Usyk will win because he trains harder. What makes you think Usyk trains harder? Tyson Fury trains his ass off. Dude's in the gym 2 times a day to stop his mental illness, to keep his mind in check. I disagree that he trains harder. And I disagree that Usyk's going to win, too. I think Usyk's going to get stopped. I always ask, but a lot of people didn't appreciate Holyfield until he beat Tyson. Yeah? Because he would win, he'd lose, he was inconsistent. Then he beat, the guy who was invincible. So yeah, makes sense. Whatever one you don't see coming. Yep. Broly or Pitbull? I got Pitbull. Pitbull by a close but non-controversial victory. Like a victory where everybody's like, it was close, but Pitbull definitely beat him. That's my guess. My prediction. Tevin Haney beats Garcia. Who could he fight next? One of the 4 horsemen. Shakur, Tio, Tank. Otherwise, I don't want to see it. Sonny would hurt AJ bad. You're wilding out. He's way too small. You can't compare eras, man. You can't compare somebody who fought in the 60s with somebody who fights in the 2020s. Oscar got tired. Did he? He might have. Wasn't he like smoking crack or whatever? Wasn't he like abusing alcohol and whatever, having issues then? Hey guys, we're about to do the trivia. I'm gonna crown the next trivia champ up in this piece. We're gonna do it in a couple minutes. Get out the comments. Like he got a cosign fighting would beat Oscar. My bad. wrestling term. Oh, like he got to co-sign. Yeah. Do you think boxing has evolved much for fighters from the 50s to be able to fight for themselves? Yeah, it's evolved a lot. Not enough footage to compare those eras, or not enough clear footage too. Yeah, it was all choppy. Yep. Listed my favorite of all time. That's good. Nothing wrong with that. He was great. Ali whooped his ass though. Twice. Salvador Sanchez versus Arguello. Salvador Sanchez died too young, so you don't know how good he could have been. So I can't call that one. Nah, you said who sang the song, The Sign. No, it's not Duran Duran. Definitely not. It's a girl band, Duran Duran. It's a girl band, and I can't fucking why can't I Google it? It's definitely not Duran Duran though. Who are your top five Mexican fighters? That's a tough one, man. Chavez, um, Ricardo Lopez, one of the greatest of all time. Uh, it's hard. I gotta think on that one. I don't have. What's up, Keith? Have a good night. You too, my man. Alien on a mission. That's cool. Which fight was a bigger miss out? Juan Manuel Marquez versus Gamboa or Bradley Kahn? Bradley Kahn. They evolved. They fought a lot less. Yep. Ace of Base. Thank you. Ace of Base sings. I got the sign, and they got all that she wants is another baby. Yeah, yeah. Yep. Thank you. I don't know why it's escaping me. Who's the biggest what if in boxing? Edwin Valero. Salvador Sanchez. Edwin Valero might be 27-0, 27 knockouts. Rock band Duran Duran. I think he meant Hands of Stone Duran. Nah, he was talking about the song. And new champ. All right, we're going to do the trivia now. Okay? Is everybody ready? Now here's the way it works. What up, Black Rob? Face of boxing now. I hate that term. I don't know. Canelo or Tank, I guess. But okay, here we go. We're gonna do the trivia now. So here's the way it works. I'm gonna ask 3 different questions, and you guys put it immediately into the chat because I had some dudes trying to Google it and whatever. I can't stop you from cheating, but you guys are competitors. You guys are fight fans. You want to do it. You don't want to cheat. I know you guys are, but you put it in. And whoever puts it in the correct answer first, they get the point. Whoever gets the 3 points first is the champion. The current champion was Gas. I don't know if he's still here or not. If he's not here and doesn't participate, he automatically vacates, and the 2 new competitors shall be victorious. All right. You guys ready? You guys ready? You guys ready? All right, here we go. Here we go. First question. First question. Who was the youngest world champion in history? The youngest world champion in history. Who was he? Go. I'm waiting. Oh, boom. Trash Game Dev. Got it. Trash Game Dev just beat you, SM. Just beat you. All right. 1 for Trash Game Dev. You guys gotta be fast. You gotta be fast. What's up, Joseph? We're doing the world championship, the trivia championship. So you want to jump in? But Trash Game is 1. All right. Second question. You guys ready? You guys ready? Okay. Who was the first heavyweight ever to recapture the heavyweight title after losing it? Go. First heavyweight ever to recapture the heavyweight championship belt after losing it. Boom. Stop motion. Floyd Patterson is correct. So we're 1-1. Stop motion 1. Trash Game Dev 1. All right. 1-1. This is getting good. All right. All right. You guys ready for the next one? Here we go. Here we go. Wait. Let me see something. The recapture. Okay. Here we go. Next one. This one's kind of, let's see if you guys get the one. Who is the shortest heavyweight champion in history? Who is he? What's his name? Go. Shortest heavyweight champion in history. If it takes too long, doesn't count. Takes too long, doesn't count. This one's tough. This one's tough. All right. So that's done. Somebody could Google it at this point. You guys all got it wrong. It was a guy named Tommy Burns. 5'7". 5'7", Tommy Burns. All right. All right, here we go. Ready? We got another one coming. Butterbean. All right. Who was the tallest heavyweight champion in boxing history? Go. Tallest heavyweight champion in boxing history. Go. Tallest heavyweight champion in boxing history. Tallest. Boom. Stop motion. Got it. Valuev. All right. So that's 2 for stop motion. And who had the other one? Who got the first one? I'm forgetting now. Should have wrote it down. Who got the first one? It's trash. Okay, right. So stop is 2, trash is 1. All right, so stop motion, you get this next one, you will be the new champion out this piece. And it's a hard-earned victory because these aren't easy. All right. Here we go. You guys ready? You ready? All right. This one's actually too, I'm not going to do this one's too hard. Okay. Who was the first ever fighter to go from middleweight champion of the world all the way to win the heavyweight championship of the world? Go. From middleweight to heavyweight champion. First fighter to do it. The first. The first. First from middleweight to heavyweight. The first. Okay. Nobody's getting it. Roy was the second to do it. It was actually Bob Fitzsimmons. Roy was the second to do it. If you remember when Roy did it, he goes, nobody's done this in 100 years. So I'm going to only give it like 5 seconds because people could Google it. So the only guy who said it was Keith, but that took too long. All right. All right. All right. Okay, here we go. This one you guys should know. What was the birth name, the real name given at birth to Sugar Ray Robinson? What was Sugar Ray Robinson's birth name? Go. His government name, as we say. Sugar Ray Robinson's government name. Sugar Ray Robinson's government name. What we got? What we got? Stop motion, got it. He got it. Stop motion, got it. Walker Smith Jr., technically, but that's okay. That's okay. Walker Smith Jr. Stop motion is the MB Trivia champion. The champion. Beautifully done. All right, so you better be here tomorrow to defend that belt. Be here tomorrow to defend that belt. You did. That was good. That was impressive. That was impressive. Walker Smith Jr. And you know the story behind it? He showed up to fight as an amateur, and I think he was too young, so he used another dude's name who was his age and pretended to be that dude. The dude, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I'm Walker Smith," and I'm Ray Robinson, and that's how it stuck. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Tomorrow the belt's gonna go up for grabs. We'll see what happens. coming for that belt. Guys, please hit the like button. Are we at 50? Because I can't see the, you know, like, let me go here and see the likes. This only says 17, but let me refresh it. 42. All right, let's get 50, please. You guys hit the like button. Please hit it. I want to get to 50. That'll be a new record for recent um streams. But yeah, guys, it was dope. It's good talking to you guys, and we'll do it tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat place, same bat channel. Peace.